All right, it's time for a much needed update about what's going on with me. It's been a while since I've put out a video. First video, technically, of 2025. And this is definitely something that I've never done, just talking into a camera from my home here in Connecticut. I always take, I don't know if this is just going to be a tradition. I don't really put out a lot of videos in January. It's kind of like my resting period. I put a lot of effort into the Top 100 series that I did, a lot of editing, and I very much appreciate all the feedback and support of that series. It did really well, so thank you guys for that. But yeah, February, March, I was hoping to start putting out some videos, but I don't know. I put out a community note a few weeks ago explaining something that happened to me while I was on the Coaster Cruise, which was my second annual Coaster Cruise that I did with Coaster Studios. Once again, an amazing time. We got to ride their version of Bolt. This was the Carnival Jubilee. We got some clips here that I'm going to show you right now of this Bolt. So much better. The boost button actually worked. There was actually legit airtime. Really fun experience. Can't recommend the Bolt on the Jubilee enough. And we're going to do it again next year. Coastercruise.com. Carnival celebration. We're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, and a private island in the Bahamas. It's going to be a great time. I'm going to host trivia as I've done every Coaster Cruise. It's a great time. Anyway, speaking of that cruise, 95% of it, like I said, amazing. But unfortunately, the third night, second full day of the cruise, we decided to enter into a dodgeball tournament. Taylor, hi Taylor, I don't blame you for this, but it's kind of funny. Of all people, it's like, wouldn't it be funny to see a bunch of enthusiasts get their butt kicked in dodgeball? So like 25 of us went to this dodgeball tournament. There was so many people on the court. It was like a good 25, 30 people on each side. It was crazy. And see, me, I played sports for 15 years as a kid, especially baseball. I played hundreds and hundreds of games. I was all about this. It was giving me flashbacks to high school. I was getting amped. I'm like, I haven't really been in like a high-intensity competition in a very long time. I'm like, let's go. And we start. I am full on going as hard as I can. I am going back and forth all over the court, catching balls, eliminating people, throwing balls, eliminating people. I felt like I was 18 again. I am not 18, as I would quickly realize. I am now 36. We actually got some video. Let's recap what happened here. All right, here we go. Dodgeball on the Coaster Cruise. You can see how many freaking people are on this court right now. Shout out Sarah for being in the front there. If you see the big guy in the lime green shirt on the far end, I'm right near him this whole time. You see me with the ball, potentially. I'm about to throw it, eliminate somebody, no big deal. There I go. Now, let's back this up a little bit. That's us both going for that ball. The guy in the green shirt gets it first. Now, I'm going to start backing up pretty quickly. Now, this ball that comes in is going to hit him. Right there, and it pops up in the air. So you see me, I'm eyeing that ball. I am ready to catch it to eliminate whoever throw it. And you can see I am going backwards pretty quickly. Clearly what happened, I put, not that step, this step coming, I put all my pressure on my right foot to try to go back forward. And that is where the injury happened. You see me fall there. That was not an intentional dive. That is just my foot giving out. Still try to catch the ball FYI. And down. And I immediately grabbed that foot. Let's play that in full speed. He gets hit. Down I go. Not great. Not great. So I'm down, clearly. And, you know, watching sports growing up, knowing how my body feels, my first initial panic was, oh my God, I hope I didn't just tear my Achilles or something. Which would it like... I can be paranoid sometimes. I can over-exaggerate things. Deep down, I'm like, I probably didn't just tear my Achilles. I probably just sprained my ankle, or what I thought happened, somebody stepped on my foot. And that's what I thought for the rest of the week. Somebody stepped on my foot because there was so many people on the court. I get up. I can't push off that leg at all. I need to be carried off the court, put in a wheelchair. They take me down to the medical bay. They're like, and I'm like, is this going to cost anything? And they're like, yeah, we'll put any charges on your card. I did not have cruise insurance, so that's why I'm like, I'm good. Send me back up to my room. I'll figure it out. Thankfully, shout out our friend Wendy, who was on the cruise. She had some athletic tape. Megan wrapped me up. Woke up the next morning. Put some pressure on it. It was definitely painful, but with it taped up in a shoe, I could hobble around in minimal pain. And that's what I did for the rest of the cruise. And I did 2 excursions on a bum leg. We did zip lining. We were holding sloths and parrots and monkeys. We walked around, a lot of walking, these Mayan ruins. It was great. I am so happy that I get to experience these amazing places. I would have been so bummed if I had to stay on the cruise and miss out. But I was able to walk around limping for sure, very, very slowly, but I made it work. We get home. I'm limping, throughout the rest of the cruise, but I'm okay. So deep down, I'm like, okay, this is just a really bad sprained ankle. As nasty as it looked, warning, this is what my foot looked like after the ziplining excursion. Yeah, kind of gnarly. So I go to an urgent care the next day. Let's finally see what this is. The nurse practitioner immediately feels my leg right away. You ruptured your Achilles. Well, shit. That sucks. That really sucks. If you don't know, ruptured Achilles, it's one of the worst injuries you can have. It's worse than a broken bone. It's a long, long healing process. So immediately I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do about work? Is my coaster season done? Like, I need surgery. And yes, I did have surgery at the time. I'm talking to you right now. It's already been almost 2 weeks. I've been in this. Well, let's show you real quick. This has been my status for the last 12-ish days. Can't move it at all. I've literally been in this spot for almost 2 weeks. I can only walk around with crutches, and it's still winter out, so I literally have not been outside other than getting in and out of cars since the cruise, which was over a month ago already. It has not been fun. Thankfully, the surgery did go well. Definitely a terrifying process. It was my first ever surgery. So having all these things attached to your body, and they're like, yeah, we're going to numb your leg. You're not going to feel your bottom leg for 24 hours. And then just the thought of, them going inside your body, kind of terrifying. And then anesthesia, never done that before. It was wild. But as far as the doctor said, as far as how I feel, everything went as well as it could have. The most painful part is really the second night when the nerve blocker wore off, and they did give me some painkillers, but that second night, my God, the pain was unreal. Thankfully, it was just that night, and the pain has been mostly pretty minimal since. The worst part is just being stuck inside for literally a month at this point, not being able to go anywhere. The simplest of tasks, just going to the bathroom, getting a food from the fridge, taking a shower is just a whole ordeal. You can't just get up and walk. You gotta get off your pillows on the couch, get your crutches, hobble over there slowly. It's a lot. But they say the first few weeks is the worst part. I'm getting the soft cast off at the time of recording today into a walking boot. And walking boot meaning I think I can slowly start to be a little more mobile. I think a couple weeks of partial weight bearing, and then another couple weeks of full weight bearing. So about 4 to 6 weeks being in a walking boot, and then I think I can get back into a shoe and do the same thing. Partial weight bearing to start, then full weight bearing. I am hoping, fingers crossed, everything goes well, and I plan to do as much physical therapy, as much as I can do to speed this process up as I can. It should be 3 months. So I got injured on February 3rd, so I'm hoping sometime in May, end of May. And technically the surgery was February 28th, so I guess the end of May is 3 months. I'm back to normal. And I'm happy it happened in February and not, say, June or May, because, I'm not missing the peak coaster season. May is when it kind of starts, all around the country, and that's hopefully when I'm going to be healthy. Unfortunately, that means March, April, no parks, no coasters. I might be able to walk a little bit like around the house. There's no way I'm going to be walking, 10, 15,000 steps around a park in April, and probably the start of May too. It is what it is, but like I said, it happened in a pretty beneficial time of year, at least as a coaster enthusiast. So, and I do have a very, very, very big trip at the end of June and early July. And I'll admit, when I fell down and hurt myself, I'm like, I didn't just screw that trip up, did I? And that's been kind of my goal. I've been pleading with the doctors. I'm going somewhere really cool, end of June. Am I going to be able to do that? And he's like, you might be a little sore, but you should be. So fingers crossed. But anyway, guys, that is an update. I'm hoping to do maybe some studio videos in March and April. I'm not at a place where I can sit at my desk and record something with my mic. I can't. My foot angle is not conducive to sitting at a desk and recording stuff. It's just not, unfortunately. But I'm hoping as I get in my walking boot, I'd be a little more mobile. We'll get some videos for you guys at least in April, if maybe the end of March. We shall see. So thanks, guys. This was a very, very different style of video. I never just ramble to the camera, but you guys need an update, and I hope this was sufficient. I love you guys. Thank you for your patience. I am not leaving Coaster365. I'm still going to be making videos. Don't you worry. And I cannot wait to get back out to some parks. That first park I get to is probably a little emotional, not going to lie. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I love you all. Mwah.